So I want you to picture the scene. It's maybe 4:45 p.m. on a Friday.
Oh, I know this scene.
Right. You're walking past the break room, and you just hear this sigh. And it's not a tired sigh. It's this deep, like, existential rattle.
And then you hear the words.
You hear the words. Someone mutters, "I'm in marketing, not sales."
It's the universal mantra of the misunderstood. It's right up there with per my last email.
It really is. But here's the thing. Usually when we talk about this friction, we treat it like, a personality clash.
Right, like sales is loud and marketing is artsy and they just need to do a trust fall or something.
Exactly. But we have a deep dive today that says, no, that is complete nonsense. This isn't a personality problem.
It's a structural failure. And it's one that is literally costing companies millions.
So where are we getting this from?
We are looking at a really, really sharp piece of analysis from the Faroohz blog.
Okay.
It's an article by Faroohz Rawashdah called Same Language, Different Dialects, The Marketing Sales Divide.
And what's her background? Is she coming at this from an academic perspective?
Not at all. And that's what I love about it. She has 13 years of experience in the trenches, in the Jordanian market, international training.
So she's seen this firsthand. She's heard that sigh by the coffee machine.
She's probably made that sigh herself a few times. Her argument is that this friction happens because we are just fundamentally confused about what these departments are even for.
Okay, so let's get into it. The title, Same Language, Different Dialects. That sounds a little diplomatic, like a nice way of saying we all hate each other.
It's a brilliant setup, actually. She's saying that if you look at the bottom line, yeah, they have the same goal. They both speak the language of revenue.
Sure. Sales wants to close deals to make money. Marketing wants to build the brand to make money. Same destination.
Exactly. But the dialect, the day-to-day words, the metrics, the pressure, their entire concept of time, it's completely unintelligible to the other side.
So it's like one is speaking legalese and the other is speaking poetry, but they're both trying to describe, I don't know, a contract.
Precisely. And because they don't get the dialect, they just default to devaluing what the other person does.
Which leads to this first big idea she has.
Yes, the support desk fallacy. And I think everyone listening is going to recognize this immediately.
Oh, this one hit home. I actually laughed out loud
Right.
because it's just so painfully accurate.
It is.
This is the idea that the sales director looks at the marketing team and basically just sees a 24-hour Kinko's.
Hey, I have a meeting in an hour. Can you make this PowerPoint pop?
I need a flyer. Make it blue. And can you put the logo bigger?
That is the support desk fallacy in action. It's this belief that marketing just exists to provide, administrative support for the sales team.
It reduces this whole strategic discipline, market research, psychology, branding down to arts and crafts.
Right. But why does this happen? I mean, in a world that's so data-driven, why do so many leaders still look at marketing and just see the people who order the branded pens?
It seems like it usually comes down to the org chart, right? How the leadership is structured.
Farah says that's exactly it. In a lot of companies, you have a VP of sales and marketing.
Okay.
And 9 times out of 10, who gets that job?
The closer. The
Right.
person who had the biggest numbers last quarter.
Right. You put the star salesperson in charge of both. But that person, they grew up speaking the sales dialect. Their whole worldview is transactional.
It's, what are you doing for me today?
For me to close this deal. And if the answer isn't, I printed a brochure, they just don't see the value. They can't see the invisible architecture that marketing is building.
That's a perfect segue to the core analogy of this piece, which I thought was just brilliant.
The architect versus the performer.
Yes. Let's really dig into this because I think it changes how you see the entire office dynamic.
It really does. So she says, imagine a theater. Marketing is the architect.
Okay.
They aren't just drawing pretty pictures of the building, no. They're designing the acoustics, the sight lines. They are building the stage.
And sales, then, is the performer.
Sales is the actor who walks onto that stage to deliver the monologue. They are the star of the show in that moment.
Okay, but let me play devil's advocate here. Actors are important. If the actor forgets their lines, the play is a disaster.
Absolutely, the actor is vital. But here's the problem Farah identifies. What happens if you treat the architect like a stagehand?
If you treat marketing like that support desk.
You never actually build the stage. You end up with these incredible actors, these great salespeople, just wandering around a construction site, tripping over things.
Trying to perform Hamlet in a parking lot?
Because nobody built the infrastructure. And infrastructure is a key word here. We need to get a little technical for a second.
Go for it.
When Faroohz says marketing builds the lead generation infrastructure, she's not talking about, like, making a list of phone numbers.
Right, this isn't the Yellow Pages.
No, she's talking about the digital plumbing of the company. Modern marketing is setting up the CRM so data flows correctly. It's creating scoring models to know which lead is hot and which one is just browsing.
It's setting up attribution tracking to know that this blog post led to that sale 3 months from now.
It is 100% engineering. It's data science.
So when a sales director comes in and says, "Stop messing with that software and just make me a flyer,"
They are literally telling the engineer to stop building the engine and go polish the hood ornament.
wow.
They are sabotaging the very system that is supposed to be feeding them.
So you're basically freezing your future pipeline just to solve a tiny problem that's right in front of your face.
And that gets us to the psychological root of the whole conflict. This is the why behind it all.
Right. Farah argues they operate on 2 totally different timelines.
The now versus the forever.
And I want to be fair to the sales team here. The now is a pretty terrifying place to live.
Oh, absolutely. I've had friends in sales, the end of the month, the end of the quarter. It's brutal. You live and die by the 30th.
It's so binary. You either won or you lost. If you don't hit that number, you don't get your bonus, maybe you don't keep your job.
It's high-pressure, short-term execution. That is the sales dialect. Logic, facts, bulk deals, immediate results. What are the numbers on Friday afternoon? That's their world.
And then you have marketing.
Marketing is living in the forever. They're looking at the brand's reputation 6 months from now, a year from now.
They're planting seeds.
Exactly. They're asking questions like, if we run this super aggressive discount campaign today, are we cheapening our brand for the next 5 years?
You literally have one person screaming, "We need cash now," and another person whispering, "But what about our legacy?"
And that is the conflict. If you put the now person in charge of the forever person, you will always, always break the machine.
The sales director will always choose the immediate win.
Always. They will burn the stage furniture to keep warm because they are freezing right now.
I love that image, burning the stage furniture. That's exactly what happens when you, say, spam your entire email list, right?
Exactly. A sales director might say, email everyone, buy a list, just get me meetings. And yeah, that might solve the problem for this week.
But the marketer sees the fallout.
The marketer sees unsubscribe rates going through the roof. They see their domain reputation tanking, so all their future emails go to spam. They see the brand becoming annoying.
They see the forever being destroyed for a temporary now.
So if these are just fundamental psychological differences, I mean, one's a hunter, one's a farmer, how do you actually fix it?
Because you can't just tell the sales guy to stop caring about his quota. He has a mortgage.
No, you can't change their nature, and you shouldn't. You need that hunter energy. The fix, according to Farah, isn't therapy. It isn't team building.
It's structure.
It's about the org chart. It's about where these people sit.
This is the part of the article that I think is going to ruffle some feathers in more traditional companies.
It will.
She says marketing should report directly to the CEO, not to a sales director.
Look, it's controversial, but in the modern world, it's the only thing that makes any sense, and here's why. We live in a digital-first world.
We hear that buzzword all the time. Digital first. What does that actually mean in practice?
It means the customer journey has changed completely. Think about how you buy anything significant today. Software, a car, anything. Do you call a salesperson first to learn about it?
God, no. I avoid talking to a human being for as long as I possibly can. I read reviews, I look at the pricing page, I watch a demo video on YouTube.
Exactly. You are doing 60, 70, maybe 90% of the buying journey all by yourself online. And who is guiding you through that journey?
Marketing.
Marketing. In a digital-first world, marketing is doing most of the selling. They're the ones answering your objections before you even ask them. They're building trust.
So Farah's point is, if marketing is doing 90% of the work to get the revenue,
why on earth are they reporting to the department that only handles the last 10%?
when you put it that way, it seems completely insane to have them as a support desk.
It is insane. It's like having the architect report to the doorman. The doorman is important, but the architect needs to answer to the owner of the building, the CEO.
Okay, but hold on. I can hear some CEOs listening to this and rolling their eyes. They're thinking, I don't have time to manage hashtags and color palettes. I'm running a company.
But that objection proves the whole problem. If the CEO thinks managing marketing means managing hashtags, they've also fallen for the support desk fallacy.
PG.
Managing marketing today means managing your market position, your customer acquisition cost. It means managing the forever of your brand.
And those are CEO-level concerns.
Absolutely. By having marketing report to the CEO, you give them a seat at the strategy table.
It creates a balance of power.
Yes. It means when the sales director says we need to spam everyone to hit the number this quarter, the marketing director can look the CEO in the eye and say, if we do that, we torch our reputation and Q3 and Q4 will be disasters.
And the CEO, who cares about the whole year, can be the referee.
You need that healthy friction. You want sales pushing for speed and marketing pushing for quality. But if one reports to the other, the friction is gone. You just get submission. And submission is bad for business.
The source material uses a really great phrase for what happens when you don't have this balance. It says the teams end up shouting over each other.
It just creates noise. And I think we've all walked into offices that feel like that. There's this tension. Sales thinks marketing is lazy. Marketing thinks sales is stupid.
And in all that shouting, who's the one person nobody is listening to?
The customer.
The customer.
And that is the ultimate risk Farah highlights. This isn't just about making the office vibes a little nicer. When sales and marketing are at war, the customer experience just completely fractures.
What does that actually look like from the outside? Can you give an example?
Sure. Imagine you see this beautiful, thoughtful ad for a software platform. It talks about partnership and long-term growth.
That's the marketing dialect. Okay, I'm hooked.
You think, wow, these guys really get me. You fill out a form, and then 3 minutes later, your phone just blows up. It's a salesperson who hasn't looked at your company, doesn't know what you need, and is just aggressively trying to book a demo for tomorrow to hit a quota.
The mood is just shattered.
Instantly. The stage that marketing built just collapsed because the performer didn't know the play. The customer feels that. They feel that disconnect, that internal chaos, and they leave.
So, fixing this, aligning the dialects, it's really a revenue strategy.
It's the ultimate revenue strategy. When they're aligned, it's magic. Marketing builds a perfect stage, warms up the audience, and then hands them over to sales.
And sales steps up and closes the deal almost effortlessly because the customer is already 90% there.
That's the dream. But let's bring this down to earth. For everyone listening, whether you're in marketing or sales or you're a leader, what do you do with this tomorrow morning?
Yeah, what's the first step?
If you're in sales, I'd say walk over to the marketing team. Stop asking for flyers. Ask them about the forever.
Ask them what they're seeing in the data.
Exactly. How are you warming up these leads before I get them? Treat them like the architects, not Kinkos.
And if you're in marketing,
have some empathy for the now. Understand that pressure is real. And translate your work into their dialect. Show them how your long-term plan is going to make their job easier next month.
Okay, and the big one. If you're the leader, the CEO, the GM.
You have to audit your org chart and be really honest with yourself. Are you operating like it's 1995? Are you treating marketing like a garnish on the side of the sales steak?
I like that. The garnish on the side of the sales steak.
If you are, you're just leaving money on the table. You have to elevate marketing to be a strategic peer. Let them report to you so they can protect the future while sales secures the present.
It's fascinating how we started with just a simple complaint. I'm in marketing, not sales. And we ended up redesigning the entire corporate hierarchy.
It just goes to show you those little office frustrations, the size of the coffee machine, they're usually smoke signals for a much bigger fire. If you actually listen to the complaint, it tells you exactly how to fix your business.
So here's the test I want to leave you with. Tomorrow, when you're at work, just take a walk around your office or scroll through your company's Slack and just listen.
What are you actually hearing?
Exactly. Are you hearing a unified team speaking a language of growth? Are you hearing the hum of a well-oiled machine where the architect builds the stage and the performer crushes the scene? Or are you just hearing two different dialects shouting over each other?
And if you hear the shouting, you have to ask yourself, who is building your stage?
That is the question. A huge thank you to the Faroohz blog and Faroohz Rawashte for these amazing insights. We'll be back with another deep dive soon. Until then, keep listening.